playing with you, Scott. Don't go nowhere. Well, gather round, y'all. Let me tell you a tale about a man named Ron who's blazing the trail. They say Scott Hammer's the boss on the show, but Ron's the one driving, just so y'all know. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. Tearing Hammer down like a big old barge. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run. Now Ron talks engines and he talks tires. Scott might be the match, but Ron's the fire. With his country charm and a wink in his eye, he's taking over and we all know why. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. Tearing Hammer down like a big old barge. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run. When Ron hits the mic, the crowd's on their feet. Scott's in the pit, they're just trying to compete. It's all good nature, just a country jest. But when it comes up poetry, then the Ron's the best. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run.
This is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 347 for Thursday, September 12th. Welcome to September 12th.
How can we be that far into September already, Scott? It should be June, man.
Should be June. I don't know about that, but Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products Studio. Tonight on the show, Hammer Down Doug Drown, late model and super stock racer, will be joining us. Looking forward to talking to him. Also, we'll be giving away some Mazza's Pizza.
But wait, there's more?
Oh, yeah. Mazza's Pizza, Stone-Fired Pizza giveaway, a large one-topping plus cheesy bread for how many? And there's more.
Still?
Yeah, hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live to win one of our DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers. You can get those for $5.
Yeah.
If you don't win, so no big deal there. Also got to mention Best of Toledo. I think I forgot to do that last week. The Best of Toledo promotion they put on there, the little voting thing.
Yeah.
I think the nominees are still being taken for that. So if you haven't nominated us, go ahead and do that.
They were as of Tuesday.
Were they still going? Okay. I haven't checked recently, but go to ToledoCityPaper.com, click on the Best of Toledo, and then go to the media section, and you can nominate the Hammer Down Racing Report under podcasts in the media section. If you would. Or
please.
If somebody else's podcast is your favorite, then write down Hammer Down Racing Report anyways.
I'm not above begging. Please.
Well, you've run for a political...
yes, I have.
So you know how to campaign here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Put out the yard signs. Vote for Hammer Down.
Speaking of voting, we ran a poll on the Hammer Down Racing Report X, formerly known as Twitter account, as far as what people's favorite flavor of...
What's their favorite drink?
Victory Fuel was. And the options were Throttle Punch, Purple Potion, the newest flavor, and your Lucky Lemon.
Lucky Lemon.
Guess who came in first?
Lucky Lemon.
No. No.
Purple Potion.
Purple Potion with 46.4% of the vote.
Really?
Yeah. Guess what was second? With 39.3%. This is what the surprising one to me.
Throttle Punch.
Yeah.
Really?
Throttle Punch was second, and
I'm
Lucky
al-
Lemon
I'm-
only got 14.3.
I'm alone at 14%.
You are, and not that they're bad. It's just apparently people like these flavors more. I like Lucky Lemon, but I like Purple Potion.
I'm thinking they voted because they liked the hype on the Purple Potion because it just came out, man.
It's the newness. The newness hasn't worn off yet.
That's it.
So thanks to everybody who voted for that. A lot of news to get to tonight. Got to mention the Hammer Down Clashes presented by Victory Fuel, featuring the former Showdown Series rules, pitting the Fremont Dirt Trucks versus the Oakshade Superstocks versus asphalt vehicles as well.
And Scott, I did get a message on that today, wondering what the tire rule is, and it's whatever your track tire, whatever track you're referencing yourself to.
Correct. Yes. The rules, all the information you need is on hammerdownracingreport.com. You can do clash.hammerdownracingreport.com. That'll take you right to the page with the rules and everything on there.
They're really very simple rules.
Yeah. Same as the Showdown Series rules were last year.
Your track rules with a couple of minor revisions.
For the trucks and the stock cars. DTS trucks allowed under their rule package. That's the 4-cylinder trucks. Ace and All-American Iron Series cars are allowed under their rule package as well. So, yeah, lots there. Again, the races that are coming up for that Oakshade Raceway, we'll have the first one on Saturday, Saturday this month, September 28th. That's $750 to win, $100 to start.
Just a couple of weeks, really.
Yeah, Millstream is going to be on Sunday, the 6th of October. That's with late models and the GLSS 360 Sprint.
That's going to be a big show, Scott.
That's going to be a big show.
And that's going to be a toughie.
800 to win, 170 to start for the
and that's going to be
Clash.
a toughie for some of us because
because you have your...
Yeah, the Whiteford Fall Festival
Yes.
is the day before. And
we can talk about that during your Ron Miller commercial. How's
and
that?
we'll be working hard.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be working too, aren't I?
Yes, you will, Scott. I forgot to, yeah.
But at least it's not like the night before and I got to get up early and go work this. It only goes so late, and then
5, 6
I got
o'clock.
plenty of time for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sunday race there at Fremont or at Millstream. Fremont's is on Friday, the following Friday, October 11th, and then we have the last one. It's kind of on life support at this point. The Nightmare Clash in Dusky, scheduled for Saturday, October 19th. With
the passing of
trucks,
Chris Mize kind of jumped up and
threw a
bit us
wrench
on
into that.
Yeah,
big
but
monkey wrench, because that was his deal. He was doing
there's
everything.
some behind the scenes work being done to
I spent a lot of time on the phone today
to keep that
between
that race in
several
play.
parties. Yes, there is a chance it could still happen. What would be very helpful is if there was a major sponsor that would like to step up for that event only and put some big money on there.
It's
DeVille is here!
woo.
Yeah, I was apparently I had my phone hooked up. I left that on. Sorry about that.
It
Thanks,
shocked
Homer,
your
though.
phone too.
No, that was Homer. He's telling me I got email. Oh, my Frontier bill is ready. As long as I pay, we can keep doing this. That's how we stream out of here. It's our internet. But yeah. So if there's any big spot, if you have a company you work for or something that likes racing, it's a unique show. That's the reason I'm kind of trying to save it.
Yeah. Do we have a target number, Scott?
Looking at around 4,000, we'd like to get at least to make that happen. Because right now we're kind of starting with nothing due to the passing of Chris Mize, unfortunately. So there's some other parties that are trying to step up and make this happen. They would have to lease out the track for this event, and so there's been basically it'd be his own money that would be going into that, and it's quite a bit for a payout there, and it's a one race deal, so it's not like he's an all-time promoter. So anything you could do that you might be interested in, and like I said, if they don't reach that number,
And this is going to
it
be
may
a
not
fun
happen.
show, Scott. It'd be a
Because
shame.
originally it's supposed to be pitting the dirt trucks versus the super stocks, which is normal.
Versus.
But also on the home turf of the asphalt car, because the asphalt guys they're a little hesitant to come out to the dirt to race with us, dirt racers. But now we're going on to their home turf.
That's it.
And I guess there's some pure stock guys that would be there, the Ace Racing League guys, some of the Ohio Wheelman Series, even with the little bit of the rift there between Sandusky Speedway and the Ohio Wheelman Series. It wouldn't be a Wheelman Series sanctioned event, but those stock cars, welcome to come race against the dirt trucks and the super stocks, which would be interesting to see who comes out on top. That's another reason I kind of want to have this happen. So, like I said, if anybody has some deep pockets, anybody you work for, whatever, that might be interested in stepping up and sponsoring this event,
you would be the
addition to
they would be the title sponsor.
Yeah, right now Victory Fuel is the presenting sponsor of all 4 events. Hopefully not just all 3, but they've already put some money into that. So anything that can happen, get a hold of myself or Ron, and we'll get you in touch with the right parties for that. If you do want to put some money, though, into the additional purses for Oakshade, Fremont, or Millstream, get a hold of myself or Ron, and we actually can handle that ourselves. But the Sandusky thing is kind of a separate deal right now. We were, originally when we set out to do this, we were just trying to help add to the purse, but right now we're trying to save the Sandusky race, again, due to the unfortunate and unforeseen circumstances around that. So, make some calls, get a hold of us after the show, and we'll see what we can do, because we kind of running out of time to make this happen if it's going to happen. So fingers crossed. Especially, every arms crossed, whatever. And we did get an extra sponsorship, $50.50 extra will be going to the 11th place finisher of the Millstream race there.
All right.
So, and the purses are posted, with the exception of Sandusky. I don't have the latest numbers from Fremont from their other sponsors, so those numbers might be a little low, but there you go. For 11th place at Millstream, you're going to get $240.50.
I saw that 50 cents. I said,
that was weird.
Somebody jumped in there.
Yep. That'd be that check you brought in last week.
All right.
So there you go. Again, Hammer Down Racing Report, all the information on the clashes there, including the rules. There is one difference in the rules for the Sandusky race, and that's the tire rule I forgot to mention. Right. We talked about that a little earlier. We forgot about that. The tire rule for Sandusky is for the cars.
Any 8-inch treaded tire.
There you go. Racing tire.
Yeah.
Racing tire.
Right. It must have tread.
Any treaded 8-inch racing tires was the rule there. So you can run asphalt tires with tread,
was from our friend Chris.
That was the rule that he had put in place there. Right. So no slicks, basically.
Right, no slicks.
There you go. All right. Moving on from that. DCR Graphics also sponsoring the Hammer Down Clashes.
Yay.
The tech sponsorship there. I got to mention Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race this weekend is the 1,000 to win Papa Boiler Spectacular. Plus DCR Graphics Sportsman and the Compacts. That's going to be a big race for the stocks. It's like the stock cars and the lower classes get the big shows late in the season. So this is the first of those huge shows, and they always have the cool trophies that they make.
They make
Hot Rod Welding guys.
Are cool. Yeah.
They are. I saw a post that said, "Wait till you see this year's trophy." So looking forward to that. That's this Saturday night out there at Oakshade, after being dark last week, back in action for the next 3 weeks to finish off the season. OakshadeRaceway.com. Follow them on X, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or Oakshade. I already said OakshadeRaceway.com. So you can go there twice, though, if you want. Dominator Race Products. They have what you need to be in the winner's circle. 30 years of experience helps get you out front. Check out their newest product, the Dominator Racing Stool. It's available in a variety of colors, custom colors, I believe, too.
Will they make your race car any faster?
I think so. Because you can sit down and work on your car.
Oh, yeah. So you're not going to be all hunched over and achy when you
get in it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Sort of.
Bentley is he's a thinker out there, let me tell you. He's also got the modified valance kits, ultimate body brace, ultimate body parts, brace kits, all the stuff. He's got all the stuff. Check it out at DominatorRaceProducts.com, or you can call 419-923-6970 and order directly from Dominator Race Products. You can also get them from your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yeah.
or Dittman Motorsports.
Maybe we ought to try those Dominator body supports on your car.
Dittman Motorsports, the official Hoosier racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. He's got parts trucks serving Fremont Speedway and Oakshade Raceway. Any kind of race car service you may need, bodies, parts, whatever, call today, 419-283-8580. And sometimes he can even bring that out to the track to you.
Yeah.
If you need it last minute. So there you go. Also got to mention DCR Graphics, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Victory Fuel, and Magic Moment Entertainment, sponsors of the program. Before we get to our racing roundup, how about we give our guest a call?
I think it's time.
Hammer down Doug Drown. We've been talking long enough here. Let's get him on the phone. I guess Craig Dittman was a little unhappy. He said we're talking to the second place driver of the Baltus Classic.
Right.
A couple of weeks ago because he won that.
Yeah.
It wasn't because of that. We've been actually working to get Doug Drown on we were going to have him on
right
a few weeks ago, but due to scheduling issues, I'm sorry, I saw donut. Saturday is National Cream-Filled Donut Day.
Ooh.
Okay. Good to know. What was I saying now? Oh, scheduling issues. That's why we got Doug on this week when he is available. So let's give him a call. We'll bring him up here. Boom. He's been running his late model and super stock. Talked to him a little bit at Lima Land when I was down there.
A lot of guys
earlier in the year.
Doing double duty lately at different classes.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
We've been getting that a lot lately.
And I even texted him earlier, said we'd be calling him here. Here, let's we'll try again. Maybe he's on the other line. We'll just pester until he answers. In the meantime, don't forget we'll be giving away some Mazda's Pizza a little bit later tonight. A lot of racing news to get to.
Really?
Yeah. We'll leave it.
Hello.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Hammer Down Racing Report. Hammer Down, Doug Drown. How's it going?
No, not too bad. Just finishing up at the county fair for supporting the kids at their auction and things like that, the livestock sale.
Gotcha. What county is that? You're down in Worcester, right?
Yeah, Wayne County.
Wayne County,
No.
okay.
So what are the kids showing, Doug?
Today was hogs or swine and steers. So,
Oh, boy.
and then the daughter, she shows horses, so she had that going on today as well.
I've got some 2-week-old piglets, so yeah. I'm a pig guy too, my friend.
There you go.
I have a dog. That's it.
Woof.
And fish. Anyway. So you competed this past weekend down at the World 100. How would you say the weekend went for you?
It wasn't where, hoped. Obviously, we always want to make the races. That's our first goal, and we didn't achieve that at all. But car came home in one piece, which everybody knows when you go to outdoor, it can come in pieces or bent up. And so we were fortunate with that and just making laps. And I feel like the street stock when we're racing it has helped me with that. Just some of the setup things that can translate. But we just still weren't fast enough. It just seemed like that's the fastest I've been around there in my years of going out, but just you're still too slow. So I don't know. We're fighting the balance on this car. So hopefully we can keep digging and get it better so we can be up front.
It's hard to compete with the touring guys at a race like that.
It is. It's just unbelievable. Like even the guys that will say myself when race two nights a week, that used to be what you had to do to stay fresh and really get after it. But now, heck, these guys are racing 3, 4, sometimes more a week, and it's just hard. They have their cars so figured out and know what to do, when to do it, that it's hard for us to, like I always say before, you could throw a setup change at it 4 or 5 turns off here or there. Now these guys are talking quarter turn or 1 turn, and that'll mess up their whole night. It's just we don't race enough to get that good. We're still throwing the 3 or 4 turns at it and hoping for the best.
I had a customer that told me he could tell a quarter of a pound air pressure, and I said, "Boy, you are good."
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's because I drive sometimes for when Stuckey and Black Diamond then need somebody to drive the car to test things. And when we were doing that for drove Earl's 2 years ago, was driving because Earl couldn't come up from Florida, and I could tell an 1/8 inch. And they're like, "You can tell that?" And I'm like, "An 1/8 inch shim or an 1/8 inch here or there." Yeah. And they're like, "We didn't even adjust it that much." I'm like, "Well, I can feel it." And it's crazy when you're testing how much you can feel that stuff. But, because you're just running laps back to back. But when it comes to race, you're intense, everything else. It just seems like, you go at it and you sometimes forget, make sure you know what the car's doing.
So the CJ Rayburn go get a hot dog days are pretty long gone?
Well, that probably would help me a lot, actually, if I would just do that. Because we'd probably be just, the track would come to the car. Me, I'm sitting there, and I just keep tuning myself out of it. And, we just never get closer. I go the wrong way, it seems like, every time. But when that's part of me, businesses and stuff, I never had that problem before. When I wasn't running business, all I did was go do my 9-to-5 job or whatever. And then, come to the racetrack, and that's all I was worried about. It's nothing but racing.
Why don't you tell our listeners what that business is?
I own Joyride Transport, which is we have 20 trucks running, and we run general freight, and also we have 3 livestock trucks that run. Which is how we started, and I kept that part and didn't get away from it. And then we also have a warehouse now, and I did have a plastics business where we would reduce plastics from siding, window lineals, things like that, grind it and bale it, whatever way the customer would want. And I actually just sold that 3 weeks ago. So,
race car money.
Good. That's it. That's where I'm at. It's one of the things I was really thinking about quitting this year, but I mean, racing, when it's in you, you love it, no matter what part of it is. So even if I quit driving, I would definitely be, sponsoring probably a couple more guys than I already do. But because I definitely want to be involved. It's just, but I don't know if I'm ready to hang up the helmet quite yet. So
I think I understand.
Yeah. It's dabble with it. And just like Australia, I've been sitting here thinking, I just was on the phone with Craig and thinking, maybe because we're going to go over for those February, March races.
There you go.
Next year. So, and I said, well, maybe that's what I do. That's my racing fix. I just go to Australia, have fun, come back, and I just help people, and that'd be my fix. So, but I don't know. I haven't figured out that balance yet on which way I'm going to go.
You mentioned the stock car. You finished second in the Baltus Classic a couple weeks ago, but you got the feature win back in early August. Was that your first win at Eldora?
It was, yeah. I've never won ran second in B mains, heat races, everything out there. That was I guess we won some heat races in the street, but that was the first night to actually finally win, and it was awesome for the family and everything. Because Bob Doherty, he's been going out there since not every single time they have him, but even when he raced full time. So when you go from the whole family and everything going out and not getting that win, it meant a lot to me and them, to finally get on the stage there. And yeah, obviously I've had a lot of people that understand that it might have been just a street stock with me racing. I've never, I started in the late models, and then I started dabbling with these other classes as I've gotten older, but it just meant a lot to be able to do that. And one day, hopefully we'll get on it with the late model, whether it's a Baltus Classic or whatever type race. But right now it was a good thing we can put on our resume that at least we won a feature there. And it meant a lot to the family and myself, and hopefully we can have one more good night out there and maybe wrap up the points. But it's such a tough group of street stock guys. I just cannot believe how competitive they are there and how good of drivers they all are. Because it's not easy.
I was going to say that, it's only a street stock. They haven't raced against some of these street stock guys. It's a tough deal anymore.
It is. I mean, and I don't know all their names, but they're all, the first couple weeks were kind of iffy when we were out there. Nobody talked to us, but as we've raced now, it's gotten more, and the camaraderie, it's just like anywhere, now that they kind of know us, and that we're going to race them clean and we're there just, to do our thing. It's definitely a good place and just a really good group of guys to race with out there. They're professional. I mean, from some of them having crew shirts to the whole nine, it's just a really professional group of the guys to race against.
So how did that, the street stock, super stock, whatever you want to call it, how'd that ride come about? You've been doing that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, Kyle Moore drove it last year, and they were going to go for the championship and race out there every week, but then he got to liking racing his late model.
This year he's having a good year.
Yes.
So he decided that he was going to give up on that part and just told him that he didn't want to, which I think it's still one of Bob and their goals to try to get that. One was a win. Second would be the championship if we can. And that was part of the goal, I guess. And they just asked me, and I've kind of not been having a lot of fun. We've had a lot of dominating years. And this year when I raced the late model, it's been absolutely terrible. But we won 2, but it's not been the years that we normally have. Normally we can just show up and be fast, which all these guys have really stepped up their games. And me, I've gotten lazy with it, which is also why I feel like our results show for it. But with the street stock, I said I was wanting to have fun. And when Bob and Bobby asked me, I just said, I would love to do that. It's kind of where the car I know is prepared properly and I can go. We just drive over. Yeah, it's a 2.5, 3 hour drive, but it's fun. And that's what, let's face it, we do the racing for our competitive spirit and for fun because we don't make money at it. So
that's the truth.
And it's brought that fun back to it for me. I mean, it's like anything. Sometimes you got to step backwards to move forward, and they've done that for me, by allowing me to drive it. I think it is making it more enjoyable to race again, where I was kind of getting complacent and, and now it's kind of confused me now. Cause like I said, I was dead set I was quitting at the end of the year, and now I'm kind of, maybe I need to race some more. So,
I don't know if you remember this, but I spoke to you a little bit after you were at Limaland earlier this year with the street stock, and I believe you finished 3rd, and you were saying how much you really enjoyed that track, and then later on you got disqualified because I guess you weren't familiar with their teching and where to go for that. Did that change your opinion of the track after that happened?
No. I'd love to see where they get it some more moisture in it to last all night, being racing all over. But the people were great, and what I love about it, I mean, they had rules. They enforced the rules, no ifs, ands, or buts, no matter if it's the first night or not. Like and that's all you can ask is be fair, and they were fair. I mean, I'm out of my car, get my picture taken. To me, tech's kind of the last thing you think about. You don't do all those pictures and everything, because what if the guy that won that had 50 people over there from UNOH was disqualified after the race? That would have been a waste of 50 people, and then the true winner. So to me, you don't take pictures and all that in tech afterwards. So in my mind, it was all done. But I'm sitting there of course, I pulled to the pit and I didn't get out of the car. I said, you go to the scales? I'm like, well, no, I've scaled like 5 times a day. I didn't think I need to scale for a 6th. And they're like, no, you got to scale no matter what. So of course I went over there and they said, sorry, man, rules are rules. I said, nope, fair enough. And I handed them my little 3rd place plaque and, just laughed about it in the end. And Bob and then they weren't disappointed. Like they said, if we would have won, then they would have been a little upset about it. But it was my mistake, but it was awesome racetrack, and I definitely like to go back, and I'd love to see him get a late model race there. I was on my way there 2 times back in the year or over the years, and every time it rained out on our way there. So like when I
think that's why they quit running the late models.
It always rained.
They felt that we brought the rain with us.
They had some pretty good American late model series races there.
Yeah, and that's what they were. There was the ALMS races back, in those Labor Day weekend or whatever weekends it was, and I just never got the chance. So that was my first eyes on the place, and it was fun. And like I said, the professionalism is all I asked out of tracks, and the group they said the rules at the drivers' meeting, and they enforced them, and that's what I liked. I mean, in the end, I didn't abide by them, so. I
still felt bad for you, though. I felt bad for you when I got back to the tower, and they're like, he didn't go to the scale. I'm like, oh, man.
Oh. Yeah.
So, just pulled up the points here for the stocks at Eldora. You got a 7-point lead over Ernie Woodard. It's pretty tight up there. Gary Ray, Sean Smith, Palladina. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight.
You got your work cut out for you. There's only one more race? Is it the
one more
World Finals or whatever that is? Yeah. So,
but it is a deal where you can't make mistakes or have bad issues. So you always, because everybody's so close, and Ernie is just that dude's Mr. Consistency. I remember watching him before I even was in a street stock, and I thought he was amazing, like how he sent that thing around there, which obviously 01, I think Art Ball and stuff at Attica and things like that. So it just kind of was cool. But he keeps going. That guy's the Energizer Bunny. but very consistent racer and clean. And, but yeah, so I got my work cut out. That's where we have to have some luck. And just, prepare to hopefully, finish ahead of them or near them that we can pull that other goal off, of winning that championship out there.
That'd be cool.
Any other street stock races on your calendar the rest of this year other than Eldora?
No, we've got a lot of things going on. That like I'm going to miss next 2 weeks for our birthday cruise for my wife. And then we're kind of winding things down. I'm not really looking at trying to race a bunch. But we're going to, with the street stock, they hoped I was going to race at the blowout at Wayne County, but we have our cruise scheduled that week. I was thinking that was the last weekend of September. So I misjudged that scheduling but couldn't take that away from the wife and say, sorry, honey, we're going to have to go racing. That would not have been good.
No.
So,
reason I asked one of our listeners, Tom Cole, wanted to know if you're going to run Millstream. We have these Hammer Down Clashes coming up, and they have an event on Sunday, October 6th. That's currently paying $800 to win.
It could be. They're all about going to different places. So, and I like Millstream. We won there that last race. We were there, and I know they've done a lot of work out there. So, I'd definitely be all for going out. So
it could happen.
I'll have to talk to them about that. So, it could definitely happen for sure.
Let's talk about your career in general. What would you say has been the biggest win of your career? And is there one race that you have not won yet that you would like to check off your bucket list before you hang it up?
I guess my biggest win would be the Southern 100 there, Southern Ohio Speedway, before it closed at 12,000 back in 2013. And we won that race, and I don't know how, because come off the track, motor ran cool and had no issues, but it actually had a little pinhole in the radiator, and I don't know how the thing still moved water and everything, but it did somehow, and never hurt the motor, but we still won that race. And so there was little things that happened through it. And it was with Tim McCready was there, Davenport, Francis. There was several guys, so it was one of them races that had a lot of the touring guys, but also the regional, and so to win that was pretty awesome. But for goals, I've won a lot of races, obviously, are thankful that I have. And really the one track I want to win at is Atomic. And I don't care what race it is. I just, one place I've went that is some reason conquered me, and I've not been able to win. I always try to go to places until we win, and then I set a next goal, and we did that at Oakshade, and I guess Sharon would be another place. Those are, I think, basically in Ohio, I think those are two tracks I haven't won at. So one way or another, I guess. But Sharon, I've never been a real goal because they don't race late models enough. So, but Atomic is just one I would like to get a win there. We ran second, third in some big races, but just can't get that monkey off the back to get the checker.
Gotcha. Any idea what your plans are for next season with either the late model or the street stock?
Right now, I'm not sure with any of it. I was just talking with Craig, like from Australia, and we're probably going to do something together where, his boy can come over and race, and we have a car ready for him, and then something for me. We're just not sure what kind, what type, or anything like that, or whether I keep the car I have. So we'll be racing something. It's just up in the air right now on exactly what it is, and I know we'll do a hit and miss schedule again. But whatever we do, I want to be prepared a lot better than what I am, and mentally, and more heart in it than what I've been putting in it. Which I think getting rid of one of the three businesses is going to help that, because the other two I kind of have really good people in place that kind of run it with when I'm away. So I should be able to focus more on the race team.
Okay. We talked about what you had left on the schedule for this year with the street stock. Anything other than Wayne County and possibly Attica for? Wait, Attica's done, aren't they?
Yeah.
They got one.
Yeah,
race
they'll
next
be
week.
done. Yeah, I won't have anything wing either one of those places. But
Okay.
the end of the year, we're trying to decide the end of September whether to go to Brownstown or I think where else was the other? I think Skyline or something had a race there at the end of September.
Wait a minute.
And then
I forgot. The Millstream race is also running late models on that
models,
day,
yeah.
too. Yeah. You could run both.
yeah, so we'll be out there for that. I'll be out
Okay.
there for that.
Okay.
That one for sure.
Both
Because that's what
cars?
I'm glad to hear that. Could be both cars. Yeah, I'll have to
That'd
talk to
be-
Bobby and them on that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, since there's a week between, I don't see why we couldn't, go ahead and get things, ready or whatever. If something got tore up, that be ready for Eldor's finale. So, yeah, I'd definitely say we'll be out there for that, the Millstream race. And then my boy's going to Bowling Green, so that makes it even better that it's right there. He can come down and watch me. So, yeah, and then we'll do the dirt track, and it's definitely hit and miss on different things that we can put in. But I'd say once it comes the end of October, we'll definitely be done and start preparing for next year.
Time to pack the suitcase.
That's right. We're looking at beginning of January. The wife's going to go over, but with the
Ron would like to
business
go if you could stuff him in your suitcase.
Hey, my first year there was Ron and I. We were representing us. We did well. So
He's always
I'd
talking
say
about
to knock
Australia.
myself out of the race. Oh, he's a legend over there. They love him. So
Well, we went over winter of 99, 2000, and I did a couple of chassis seminars, and Roddy and Todd Schroyer, they did some show boating, and we had a lot of fun, won a bunch of races. And yeah.
I think it was.
They thought
What year we were there? It was 08 or something. I think 08 or 09 when we were.
Yeah, Doug, they thought when we first went over there, they had read the rule book and thought they knew where they were, and boy, they were off base. So we got them pointed in the right direction, and now I'll tell you what, those guys over there are as tough as anybody.
Absolutely, that's one thing. Even when I went from, I forget what my last year over there was, 2012, when Shaver and I and Rumley went, and then from that year to last year, I could not believe how far they've come.
Yeah.
It's even some of the guys that I don't want to be mean, but you hardly get around the track. Now they're right there in the front, mixing up that you don't mind running side by side with them. Just even the way they drive the corners and stuff is way different. Because when I first went, which Ron knows, it's like they let off halfway down the straightaway, rolled to the start of the corner, then they'd floor it from the turn one, or like to be entering the corner all the way to the middle of the straightaway. And I'm like half checking up, going down the straightaway, like, what in the world are these people doing? So you had to get out in front, but then worst thing happens is then you get to the back markers and it was just chaos too. So it was, but now it is not that way. Now they have definitely came up to speed, and a lot of good people over there. That's for sure.
When we first went over, there was a car with airbag suspension.
Oh my!
Oh yeah!
Is that legal?
Did you happen to catch any of Veronica McCann's issues while she was here in the States a couple of weeks ago?
I did. I actually liked a couple of her things or whatever, because I was caught up when we were over there last year. But I could not believe that. I was hoping all great success for her and everything else, and then next thing you know, I'm seeing a picture of a broken leg, and I'm like, what in the world? And complete disappointment. Obviously for her, but also for myself. Knowing that she could showcase that she's, how far she's come over the last few years and stuff. So
yeah, we were definitely looking forward to watching her run here in the States.
Yeah, we've had her on the show. Did you see that she signed on with the management team?
Oh, you're killing me. That was in the news. You're spoiling it.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Post, and I was like, yeah, getting to be, it is cool. I mean, getting to race, and then also now her full-time job will be in, kind of running
Perth Motorplex.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that place obviously we all know is
Mhm.
top notch. So, but
Nothing like
yeah,
it
it's
here.
cool to see.
Well, we cover.
No, there's not.
We started covering the Australian races during our off season. This past year, so we'll definitely be following your
Make sure you
progress
stay tuned
down
in
there.
every Thursday.
Okay.
It doesn't
All
have
right.
to be a one and
Definitely
done
will.
deal.
I have to check in with you if you show them how
Oh, absolutely.
how it's done down there again.
Sounds good.
So before we let you go, any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely. I don't really know all of them on the street stock, McKenzie Concrete, R&L Bond, Septic, and then for our late model, it's 89 Homes and Ely Road Reel, and then obviously our company, Joyride Transport. Couldn't do what we do if I didn't have great employees. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do what we do. And then, that's about it. And old Burner, Keith Burner and Afterburner shocks and stuff. He does a really good job for us. Other than that, that's about it. And my crew and family.
What's the best way people can follow you? Website, Facebook?
Yeah, website's DougDrownRacing.com and then Doug Drown Racing on Facebook. We try to keep it updated as much as possible. With the wife does all that, or we have another person that does it for us. So we and then Ryan Delphi does our website, which is always keeps it updated. He's updated more than what I am. I'm always behind because I'm last minute. So, but it's not a lack of effort on his end.
So what's your next race coming up then? Do you even know?
It'll be. No, I'm not sure. It's up to the flip of a coin.
It might be
yet.
the
When we get
Millstream
back,
race?
It might be, actually. That could be it. So if I don't pick one there the last weekend of September, it'll definitely be the Millstream race.
Okay, well, you may not know this, but our guests usually go on to win their next race, or maybe the race after
would
being
be
on the
awesome.
show. So if
Yeah.
that's your next race, I mean, you're going to be the
All right,
odds-on
that-
favorite.
That would be great. I definitely like that karma. So, good luck stuff. So,
Well, and Ron and I will both be racing at Millstream that night too, in the Hammer Down Clash stocks and trucks division. So,
all right. I'll definitely be watching. I'd love watching that stuff. So, that'd be cool.
Doug,
I
pleasure.
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, pleasure talking to you, and good luck on your vacation there, and then when you come back to do some more racing.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Say hi to the Vosbergens for me.
Will do. I will do. Thanks.
And bye.
See ya. There you go. Hammer Down, Doug Drown. Coming to town in Finley
Yeah.
in a couple weeks. At least we hope so.
Scott, that's going to be a fun race.
That will be. That'll be pretty
It's
cool.
going to be a great weekend.
Again, that'll be October 6th. Second Hammer Down Clash race. Do have some action to cover from last week. Before we get to our news, we have our
Racing Roundup.
Sure.
it's
Where is it,
I
Scott?
don't know. It looked like it started, but let's try this again. We have our Racing Roundup.
Racing Roundup.
Nope. No,
What?
apparently doesn't want to fire.
Wait, it fired for a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I have too many tabs open here.
And now the Racing Roundup.
All right, let's try it again.
Racing Roundup.
Go for it, Scott.
Wait, well, let me try this.
Latest
None
race.
of them are working.
Uh-oh.
This is weird.
Oh, well.
Yeah, all right, well.
You've got the script there, Scott.
I do, yes.
Do the Racing Roundup.
Action from last week in Attica Raceway Park. Friday night, rained out season championship night. That has been rescheduled to
The 20th.
the 20th. I was thinking that was tomorrow. I was like, wait a minute, that's not tomorrow. That's right, because Fremont is having the Classic this weekend. So
Jim Ford Classic.
yeah, so that's going to be run now Friday, September 20th at Attica Raceway Park. Eldora Speedway, the 54th Annual World 100. Thursday night's winners were Ryan Gustin and Hudson O'Neill. Friday night's winners, Superman Jonathan Davenport and Hudson O'Neill. And Saturday's winner, Bobby Pierce. It was a pretty good race. I don't know if you watched it Saturday.
I didn't.
That's right. You might have been busy.
I was busy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. There was quite a few lead changes. I know a lot of people were kind of concerned that Davenport was going to run away with it, and he was my pick in the how many, so I kind of lost out on that deal. But Bobby Pierce picking up the win in the World 100. I believe isn't that his second World 100 win?
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Producer Dave can tell us.
Yeah. Butler Motor Speedway, Saturday night. Josh Turner picking up the win in the 410 sprints. Brad DeYoung in the UMP Modifieds. Eric Swan winning in the Street Stocks. And Dominic Morehouse in the 4-cylinders. Angola Motor Speedway in action Saturday night. Sean Grace winning in the late models. That's a different name.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gatton in the Modifieds. Lee Reed in the Street Stocks. Kyle Henselman in the front wheel drives. That's your winners there at Angola. Fremont Speedway, Saturday night. Cap Henry picking up the AFCS 410 Sprint win and the championship for the AFCS 410. So congratulations to Cap. Paul Weaver picking up the win in the AFCS 305 sprints. Jamie Miller was crowned the champion of the AFCS 305s. And the dirt trucks, a Ron Miller race truck, picked up the win there, driven by Sean Valenti.
Sean and favorite son Steve had a spirited race going. 2 laps to go. Steve developed an engine issue and DNF'd, but
and you got a top 5.
Yeah, I was sitting in Scott, I was sitting in 5th watching the race for the lead, really not paying attention to what the heck I was doing.
Well,
it was a great race to watch.
You had a pretty good seat for it.
Yeah.
Sandusky Speedway on Saturday. Bryant McCoy picking up the win in the Renegades. Annalie Martin, your beginner stock winner. Rich DeWitt in the pure stocks. Brandon Bailey, another win in the All-American Iron class. Lorraine Raceway Park. Matt Wilson picking up the win in the Ohio Wheelman Series. Troy Phillips, your street stock winner. Justin Phillips winning in the Chargers. And Aaron White, your Ace Racing League winner. Kubota High Limits Racing Series. Tuscarora 50. Port Royal Speedway last Thursday. It was Brad Sweet picking up the win. Friday night, Aaron Reitzel. And Saturday, Rico Abreu, your winner. World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action. Stockton Dirt Track. Buddy Kofoid picking up the win Friday, as well as Carson Macedo picking up the win Saturday in the at Tarleton Classic King Speedway.
That's a mouthful.
It is, a little bit. NASCAR action this weekend. Xfinity Series. Saturday, the Focused Health 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That was won by Austin Hill. Sunday's Quaker State 400 in the Cup Series. Joey Logano picking up the first playoff series win. So he's got his ticket punched to the next round. What is it?
Right.
Round of 12. They cut 4 out each at each cutoff race, right?
Hammer Down associate John Young said, yes, it was
Second.
Bobby Pierce,
Thanks, John.
Pierce's second.
Thanks for picking up Dave's slack there.
Somebody's slacking.
Hammer Down Army racing results from this past weekend. I didn't get any, actually.
Oh, good.
So nobody resulted. Well, Oakshade was off, so a lot of the racers were Oakshade. Your 5th place finish, though,
That was good.
is notable. Yeah, very notable.
I was pleased. The truck.
That was your best finish of the year, right?
The truck and I finally showed up at the racetrack together.
All right, that gives you confidence going into tomorrow night, right?
And the Hammer Down clashes.
And I see.
You better watch out,
Wait,
Scott.
and my car was at your shop for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Did you sabotage anything?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You just took notes.
I want to see you win.
Okay. Sure you do. Right behind you, right?
You can be the first loser.
Uh-huh. Mention the Hammer Down Race Report when you contact Magic Moment Entertainment, and you'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. Magic Moments Ron Burt works with contracts. He carries liability insurance, never charges for mileage or dance floor lighting. He covers the entire states of Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. Been in business for over 30 years. Magic Moment takes pride in working closely with couples to make your special day perfect. Wedding receptions are Magic Moments specialty, but they also do corporate events and mitzvahs. Call Ron there at 419-594-2261, or you can find him on Facebook at Magic Moment Entertainment or under Ohio Sports Blitz. He is now booking June 2025 and beyond. He is booked through June 2025 thanks to he said he's been getting a lot of people referrals from the Hammer Down Race Report.
That's
so thank you
good.
for supporting our sponsor. Apparently, a lot of our listeners are getting married or having mitzvahs. I'm not sure. Maybe both. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They do the custom print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, and all kinds of gift items with any picture that he has. Winter Circle, racing action. Makes great gifts.
Could you provide a picture? And
Yeah. Well, you mean provide your own picture, not one that he's...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll bet.
I bet you
Maybe.
probably could.
Family heirloom or something.
Yeah. I think they probably have the know-how to do that.
Yeah.
You can find out. Just give Charlie a call, 419-407-6994. That's Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time, and you can always pick up a 4x6 photo at the track for just $1. And, of course, Ryan Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. Give him a call, 734-856-7223. He does all kinds of stuff, like fixing broken cars.
Yeah.
And getting parts. And you got the your Whiteford Fall Festival that you're a big proponent of and promoter of.
October 5th this year. And it's
at Stoneco Park, which is
Whiteford Center and Stearns, just 2
across
miles
the
north,
Michigan border.
just a couple miles north of Alexis and Whiteford. Yeah. It's going to be a big deal, Scott. It's very family friendly.
Is it the same as it has been in the past with all the booths? And
only bigger and better, yeah.
The car show is always a big draw.
Car show is big. There's a huge vendors area with crafts and arts and all kinds of things. Huge kids zone. The state police will be there. The K-9 patrol will be there. Whiteford Fire Department will be cutting up a car again this year with using the jaws of life. And that's always fun.
Not one of the car show cars, I hope.
Hopefully. Yeah, just be careful where you park, Scott.
Is it the same as before? Is it parking the only charge?
Parking is the only charge. The rest of the event is free. And it's not really a charge. It's a donation.
More of a donation.
We're asking for a donation. If it offends you, just tell the folks and they'll motion you right on by. Now, the car show does have a $10 entry fee
for people bringing their
for
cars.
bringing their classic car, hot rod.
That's part of that group that does that, isn't it?
Yep.
Different. It's a
They-
big show. There's a lot of cars.
They do it. They do a really good job.
And you can
for
vote
us.
on the different categories. I think they have for the winner for those.
Right.
So.
And we're having a reverse raffle. And the tickets are $50, but it's a $2,500 winner. I think second place is $1,000. And if you're interested in a ticket or several tickets, go to my Facebook page and
Ron Miller or Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yeah, all of the above.
There you go. Got some racing news. Let's see if these work now. I doubt they will, but we're gonna try this here.
Latest racing news.
Was on vacation, Scott.
I don't know.
She might have been in the ladies' room. I don't know.
Could have been the computer. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, weird stuff.
You woke her up.
I did. Former guest Taylor Ferns led all 50 laps and became the first female to win a 500 Sprint Tour race at Salem Speedway this past Saturday.
That's pretty cool.
So congratulations to her. Charters are NASCAR's version of franchises. 36 were issued, and the holders share a piece of the TV revenue and are guaranteed a starting spot in every points-paying event. NASCAR and its 36 charter teams have sought a new agreement for several years. The current agreement expires at the end of the 2024 season. Teams have been calling for a larger portion of the TV revenue pie.
More money.
More money, yeah. Well, now they've got streaming coming in. Previously, tracks picked... the tracks got 65% of that revenue. Teams got 25%, and NASCAR collected the remaining 10%. Additionally, teams also wanted the charter system to be permanent. That's to protect their hefty investments, as a recent charter sale was estimated at $40 million. NASCAR issued a deadline of last Friday night for this new charter agreement for everybody to sign. They wanted the new charter deal to be signed by the teams before the playoffs began at Atlanta last week, and most teams did sign the new agreement. However, 2311 Racing has not signed.
Really?
Of course, 2311 Racing is co-owned by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan, and
Yeah.
Denny's not happy with the deal. And I guess there's been some press that they're feeling like they're being forced into accepting this agreement, but they're saying no.
Michael Jordan's wealthy enough that
So I don't know what's
Yeah,
going to
you-
happen if they lose their car charter, or what's going to happen with that. Because they got Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick, and they were looking to add a third charter for next year.
but
They
all
may
the-
not have
but
guaranteed
all,
starting
all
positions.
didn't you say that all of the charters were spoken for?
Well, I think they're part of the
36.
36, so I don't
Okay,
know
the-
if there's
the
an
three
and,
or-
and, and Haas is leaving, so that's
Right.
going to leave some open. So I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
That story is
yeah.
ongoing. Kyle Larson will once again attempt to run the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 double once again in 2025. As you may recall, this past year didn't work out so well because the start of the Indy 500 was rain delayed.
Yeah.
And that caused him to be late to the Coca-Cola 600. And when he got there,
It was rain.
it started raining and they called the race. So, and then he had to get a special
a waiver.
to get into the playoffs for this year. Yeah. So apparently, from what I read, though, his Hendricks,
Right.
he says that the Coca-Cola 600 will be his priority. So if he has to leave the Indy 500,
So if he has to park halfway through.
yeah, that might happen. It'll be interesting to see if he does. I mean,
So if it was delayed, yeah.
yeah, that could be an issue. We'll see what happens. With the uncertainty in the forecast due to the approaching remnants of Hurricane Francine, officials with the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America presented by Kubota and I-75 Raceway have decided to postpone the series race scheduled for tonight. Possible rescheduled dates are being evaluated for the Tar Heel 53, with potential details to be announced soon. So no need to rush home to watch that tonight, unfortunately. Also, with Hurricane Francine bringing record rainfall, storm surge, and hazardous conditions across the Southeast, the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series, Sonoya Raceway and Talladega Short Track officials have decided to cancel this weekend's events for the World of Outlaws.
Could be wet down there.
Yes. Ricky Thornton Jr. will be making his 410 sprint car racing debut this weekend.
Ooh.
Did you hear about this?
I didn't.
I believe it was just announced today. He's going to be running the Kubota High Limit Racing Series events at Lernerville Speedway tomorrow night and Saturday. He will pilot the Indy Race Parts number 71 machine owned by Bernie Stubgen of Indianapolis, Indiana. A ride that's featured many high-profile open-wheel drivers and has won multiple World of Outlaws events through the years. Ooh. So it sounds like a quality ride. We'll see.
Wonder if he has snuck in and done some testing.
I don't know.
Or if he's
It's going
going
to be green.
just jump right in.
He's a good driver. We'll see how he does there. Following the appointment of Gavin Migro as the general manager, Perth Motorplex is thrilled to welcome Veronica McCann to the hardworking team in the role of Speedway Operations.
That's pretty
He
cool.
stole my thunder earlier.
That's
announcing that.
okay.
McCann combines her professional acumen with a motorsports career spanning over 25 years. She briefly pursued a career in IndyCar racing in the USA before returning to Western Australia, where she continues to compete in the Pro Dirt Series and Late Model Track Championships at Perth Motorplex. She's also served as general manager of Late Model Racing Western Australia.
LMRWI.
That's the one. And vice president of Late Models Australia,
Yep.
LMA. McCann will begin her role at Perth Motorplex in October 2024, next month. While working with the team during office hours, she will also continue her racing career. That was my biggest question.
I'm glad that she didn't.
She's going to keep running late model and Formula 500s. I didn't know she ran Formula 500.
Oh yeah,
I did not know that. So that's cool, though.
but she'll be running her late model too, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hopefully her ankle, leg, whatever she broke will be healed.
She'll be
time
good.
for. When does race season start down there?
Oh,
It's gotta be starting soon.
I would think somewhere end of this month.
Okay. I won't tell anybody, but I may or may not have raced with a broken ankle before.
Maybe.
Maybe. Cannot confirm nor deny that. Former ARCA NASCAR driver Matt Tifft of Cleveland, Ohio, will be making his return to the asphalt circle track racing this coming Saturday night That's September 14th at Toledo Speedway. Tift will be competing behind the wheel of an ASA Stars National Tour car in the 36th running of the CorvetteParts.net Glass City 200, presented by DTS Drivetrain Specialists and Courtyard by Marriott.
I've seen that some of the fans are upset that the Outlaw late models are not going to be part of that show.
I don't have any insight as to why that is. But
the folks at Toledo Speedway know what their audience wants, and I've got a hunch this will be a big weekend.
Were they lacking car count with the Outlaw late models?
Scott, I don't know. Maybe.
No, I don't know. All right, and we got the Hammer Down hotline. A couple texts to mention there before we get to tonight's How Many and give away some Mazza stone-fired pizza. Got to mention Victory Fuel, the flavored electrolyte water that is free of artificial coloring, no caffeine, no carbonation, and a full load of electrolytes and 120% of your daily vitamins. I just had I probably had about 100% of my daily vitamins because I got about 20% left here.
Yep, I've got mine.
Okay. It is the choice of many teams on race day to stay properly hydrated. Contact local sales representative Tanya Conley for track concessions and for business wholesale inquiries, or order online at drinkvictory.com. And you can use discount code Conley Race. And don't forget they have the purple potion, the new flavor, which according to our X poll is the favorite by our listeners. And for good reason. It is good.
But you've got.
I got throttle punch because I only had a throttle punch in a Lucky Lemon in the fridge. And
you forgot to refrigerate
last
the
week,
others.
We had Greg in here, Stillwell,
right?
And he had one of the purple potions
and liked it.
Yeah. So I'm running a little low on the purple. I want to kind of save them.
Okay.
Because we got an equal number of Lucky Lemon and throttle punches and purple potions.
Okay.
So it's all good there. DCR Graphics is your vinyl racing graphics provider. They do full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals. Call or text Dale at DCR Graphics, 419-308-9523. I just called him, as a matter of fact, because you made a new door for me because my other door from the last race got ripped in half.
You did a good job on that, Scott. I was proud of you.
Thank you. I don't do anything half-assed. I like to do it.
It's about as ugly a door as I've worked on in a long time.
Check out DCR Graphics on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And you can also get your official Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers for just $5 if you don't win one tonight. Hashtag DCR gets you in the drawing. If you have already put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or YouTube Live, then you are going to be in the drawing already. You don't need to do it again. You can. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just wasted energy at that point. So Hammer Down on the hotline. We asked last week what your favorite flavor was, and we did get one text on there. I didn't even take a screenshot of it, but Purple Potion was texted.
Okay.
So, but we did also get another text from Bob Stazak.
Really?
Our main Sandusky correspondent over there. They he sent this picture, actually, texted. I'll put that up there. The Chris Mize Tower. They've dedicated the tower there at Sandusky Speedway to Chris Mize.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Chris Mize is still watching the races there at Sandusky Speedway. And if you would like to call or text the Hammer Down hotline, there's the number, 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night. I don't really have any subjects to tackle this week, I guess.
Not yet.
Not unless you know or want to be a big sponsor of the Sandusky.
And that's one of the ways you can get in touch with us.
That's one of the ways you can get in touch. Yeah. In that case, we probably won't put it on the show, but we'll definitely talk about that sponsorship if that's what happens. Yeah. So there you go.
Unless you want us to, and we can definitely talk about it.
Absolutely. Let's do our How Many here.
How many?
Twice in a row it worked. All right. I got to thank Mazza's Pizza again for giving away some pizzas here. Last week's How Many was the number of the World 100 winning car at Eldora on Saturday. I picked 49.
Yes, you
for
did.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You picked 48 because that covers everybody below 49,
yeah,
including the winner, which was 32.
32, yeah.
But Greg who was here last week in the studio, he picked 32. So technically, he's the in-studio winner. But he's not here to pick first tonight.
Okay.
So that means, I guess, by default, you're the winner.
So the first loser has to pick.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait, no. Yeah, you're the first. I'm the third loser.
Yeah.
Second loser. Yeah, second. I don't do my math very well. So, yes, 32, Bobby Pierce was the winning car number. Only one person picked that.
Really?
Yeah, well, no. Actually, nobody picked that, now that I think about it. The closest number was 39. Hovis Racing.
Well.
So, congratulations, Hovis Racing, once again.
Yeah.
I think that's at least the second time they've
Yeah.
won the Mazda's Pizza. You got one large, one item, and an order of cheese bread from Mazda's Pizza over there in Point Place. You have 30 days to claim your pizza. Let me know what name you want me to put that under. Send me a message on Facebook so I can submit the name then to Mazda's Pizza. Of course, Mazda's Pizza, sponsor of Goad Racing.
Right.
Bradley Goad is one of the Goads has a
Brandon,
truck ready. Is it Brandon?
Brandon should
Okay.
be racing this weekend.
Awesome.
I know Brittany is not because,
Truck's still in your shop?
yeah, somebody preempted her this week. That would have been you, Scott.
I got that. Thanks. So
they really weren't in a hurry and made it clear that they'd be fine racing in the spring.
Well, thank you, Goads. I appreciate that. This week's how many? A chance to win a large one item and cheese bread from Mazda's Stone-Fired Pizza is going to be. We'll even put it up on the screen for you, so you don't even have to listen to me. How many Dominator Super Stocks at Oakshade for the Papa Boiler Spectacular?
Plus
$1,000 to win. Plus, yes, it's a math one this time. Plus, how many dirt trucks are going to be at Fremont on Friday night? So say there's 25 dirt trucks Friday night at Fremont and 40 Super Stocks at Oakshade, then your guess would be 65.
And that's a really close guess because I'm going with 67.
You're going with 67?
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. So there you go. 67 is it. So put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and we'll give you until 5 o'clock on Friday. So this one's kind of a short one. If you're listening to us on the podcast on Friday, you can still get in on this. Just find the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, put your guess in as long as it's before 5 o'clock on Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern, local time here.
And Hovis Racing is listening, so congratulations again.
Yeah, 71. So there you go. And Hovis Racing has a history of winning, so I don't know if maybe that's a good number to go with or not.
What are you doing, Scott? You're stalling.
I got to go over the rules because we don't do that all the time. You can only guess once.
Right.
If you change your guess, you're black flagged. If you guess more than once, you're black flagged. I guess that's really all the rules.
That's the rule.
Pretty much it. And it's got to be by 5 o'clock. So there you go. I'm going to go with, you went 60. I'm going 68 then.
Really?
Yeah. So 68 is my guess. We'll determine the winner next Saturday night here, or next Thursday night.
Yeah.
On the show. I guess that will be determined on Saturday who wins, but yeah, we'll get to that. Let's check out our racing menu for this weekend, our Mazda's Pizza racing menu.
This weekend's racing menu.
Get rid of that. And yeah, so Fremont Speedway. Doubleheader this weekend for them is the Kistler Race Engine Jim Ford Classic. Fast 410 sprints. This is Friday night, tomorrow night. Oh, and it's also Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I wonder.
It's not a full moon because I saw the moon was half of yesterday, so
yeah.
it can't be full by tomorrow.
That'd be fun.
Fast 410 sprints tomorrow night, dirt trucks as well, so just those two classes. Gates open at 4. Should I change that? I already said 5, so I guess we'll stick with that. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $25 there at Fremont for the first night of the Jim Ford Classic. Saturday night, Toledo Speedway, as we mentioned, the 36th annual CorvetteParts.net Glass City 200, featuring the ASA Stars National Tour. Also in action will be the Late Model Sportsman and Factory Stocks. Gates open early for this one, 11 a.m. racing. I believe it actually starts at 5:30, but I think like the opening ceremonies, everything starts at 5. So make sure you're there by 5. General admission $31 there at Toledo Speedway. Fremont Speedway, night number 2. It's the Gill Construction All-Pro Jim Ford Classic, night number 2. 410 sprints and 305 sprints in action. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $35 there at Fremont on Saturday night. Montpelier Speedway's in action this weekend with the Hoosier Hustle sprints, non-wing sprints, that is. Crown Vics, UMP Modifieds, and Hornets will be in action. Gates open at 3. Racing scheduled to start at 7. General admission $18 there at Montpelier Speedway. Oakshade Raceway, as we mentioned, the Papa Boiler Dominator Superstock Spectacular, $1,000 to the winner of that feature for the Dominator Superstocks. And I believe it'll be run different. Usually the Superstocks do a pill draw and then run B mains
so
after
you
the
guys
A main.
will be qualifying.
This way we'll be qualifying, I believe. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure we'll be qualifying, and then there'll be B mains ahead of the intermission.
And you'll transfer out of the B main
into the A.
The B main won't be its own separate race. It'll be
kind of like the late model
an NCQ
class. Yes, last chance qualifiers.
Yep.
Gates open at 4. Oh, also DCR Graphic Sportsman and Compacts in action. So 3 classes there Saturday night at Oakshade. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $15. Butler Motor Speedway, it's going to be championship night. 410 sprints, UMP Modified Street Stocks, 4 cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. Oh, did I say 7:15 for Oakshade?
Well,
if I didn't, Oakshade starts at 7:15. That is a new start time for the last 3 races of the year.
Okay.
Up from 7:30. Back to Butler. Sorry about that. Butler Motor Speedway, they're still at the 7:30 start time for racing. General admission $15 there for championship night. And also Waynesfield Raceway Park in action. Kids Night at the track featuring USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, UMP Modifieds, Dirt Track Truck Series, and Compacts. Gates open at, I have Gates PM. Not sure what time Gates open. Probably 4 or 5. Racing at 7:30 though.
Check their Facebook page.
Yeah, double check on that. General admission $12 there. And if you are a Waynesfield resident with proper ID,
I saw that.
$1 admission.
They've been watching the folks at Sandusky.
Yeah. I like that, though. They're rewarding local folks to come on out for that.
You've got to bring your ID or something that shows that you're
from Waynesfield.
From Waynesfield.
Yeah. Otherwise, $12, which still is not bad for general admission there. What's the weekend weather forecast look like?
Boy, Scott, I'm telling you, if you like today's weather, you're going to like this weekend because it's all the same.
It's dry.
And
are we going to have dusty tracks this weekend? Because we're in a moderate drought, to severe drought, from what I heard.
I don't know. Are the water trucks working okay? And as a matter of fact, if you like this weekend, you're probably going to like next weekend too. Yeah,
it's the weekend weather pit stop times 2.
That's the one.
So nobody's canceling this weekend due to weather.
No. You know, at first I was concerned that the hurricane that's plunging coming up. Yeah. And we've got a real high pressure dome over this area. And,
You're sounding like a weather guy now.
And it's just blocking everything.
Gates open at 5 at Waynesfield. Thanks, Dave.
We are stuck with what we've got.
Okay. Sounds good. Other series action, as we mentioned, the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America Tar Heel 50 that was scheduled for tonight has been canceled due to the hurricane. Kubota High Limit Racing Series action, Commonwealth Clash at Lernerville Speedway in Pennsylvania tomorrow and Saturday. Again, Ricky Thornton Jr. going to make his 410 sprint car debut in that.
So will that bring a lot of late model people?
Well, the World of Outlaw late models are off, and so is Lucas Oil. They're not racing this weekend. So possibly.
That could be a brilliant move.
That could be.
RTJ in a sprint car on an off weekend.
As we mentioned, World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series action, the Billy Clanton Classic at Sonoya Raceway in Georgia, scheduled for Saturday, and the Alabama Gang 100 at Talladega Short Track scheduled for Sunday have both been scrubbed due to all the mess down there. I guess, but a lot of rain from. It's feast or famine. I guess they're feasting. Right. We're famining on the rain up here, which is good for racing, bad for my yard. Arca Menard Series action this weekend. A lot going on at Watkins Glen. It's the General Tire 100 at the Glen. Friday night, that's tomorrow night, September 13th at 5 p.m. on FS1. The NASCAR Xfinity Series Mission 200 at the Glen. That'll be Saturday, 3 p.m. on USA Network. NASCAR Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen. That'll be Sunday at 3 p.m. on USA Network. And the NTT IndyCar Big Machine Music City Grand Prix at Nashville Super Speedway. And I think I saw a forecast for that. It might be running in the rain.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be Sunday, 3 o'clock on NBC. And I think, isn't that IndyCar's finale?
I think it is.
I think it is. It might be the last race of the season for them. So that is your Mazda's Pizza race menu for this weekend. So let's draw for that.
Hashtag DCR.
Yeah, for our Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Again, you slap one of these on your car. You can get them from DCR Graphics for just $5. Get a hold of Dale there. Facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And you be part of the Hammer Down Army. Send us where you finish every week. We'll send us a picture of the sticker on your car first. And that's all it takes to become part of the Hammer Down Army. Then update your results at HammerDownRacingReport.com. And we'll report where you finish as part of the Hammer Down Army. And or you could just win one here by hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live.
Save $5.
Or YouTube Live, yes. And we're going to give you we'll give you a minute here. If you haven't put in your hashtag DCR yet, you can do so while I get things set up here. Share screen, get this here. So right now you have a 1 in 19 chance of winning this week's sticker. So here we go. Has it been a minute?
Yes.
Okay, good enough. You've had enough time. Here we go for this week's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker draw. Round and round it goes. See a lot of familiar names in there. Jeff Wells Jr., compact driver there.
You can pick yours up from Scott Hammer at Oakshade Raceway on Saturday.
Or you can pick it up from Ron Miller Race Cars. Whichever you prefer, just let me know. I'll probably take it with me to the track just in case. But, congratulations, Jeff Wells
And if
Jr.
he comes over to the shop to pick it up, I've got a couple that haven't been picked up yet, and we can make it work.
All right, yeah. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll have that with me. Stop by my pit before racing begins, because once racing begins, I'm running around quite a bit. My crew will have it, though.
Right.
So they'll know who to give it to. So congratulations, Jeff Wells Jr. And that's, I guess that's about where we end the show, isn't it?
Jeff Wells says you can bring it to the track. That'd be great.
You got it. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Dean Henry, Bob Stazak, Matt Swander. Make sure to like us and like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch.
Yeah.
You can always listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We have some big numbers this month.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we've only had one show this month, and we already have more listens for the month off the one show that we've done than we did in all of June. Dave pointed that out to me the other day. I was like, I don't know what happened. This could be a good month, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead. And even if you watch our Facebook Live, you might have missed something. You always listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Shows get uploaded usually within an hour and a half after we're done live here.
Take a minute, go to Toledo City Paper and nominate us for Best of Toledo under the podcast
And
banner.
also don't forget, it's under the media banner.
Right.
Podcast, one of the categories under there. Make sure to visit HammerDownRacingReport.com. We have all the information on the Clash there. Again, still looking for some sponsors. Any kind of sponsor. It doesn't have. Our goal is 4,000. We don't need that all in one chunk, although that'd be great.
Right.
But any little bits we can get to try and make that Sandusky race happen on October 19th would be greatly appreciated. And this is kind of an urgent matter, because if it doesn't get done probably by this weekend, it's probably not going to happen. So get a hold of myself or Ron, and we'll get you in touch with the right people for that that are trying to keep this race alive, because
and I'm sure the memory of our good friend Chris Mize will play into that show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If it happens,
because this was his baby.
Oh, you betcha.
So hopefully we can make it happen. Thanks to our sponsors: DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thanks also to our guest this week, Hammer Down Doug Drown. Good talking to him.
Maybe we can get Victory Fuel into Mazda's Pizza.
Maybe. And they could sell Mazda's Pizza to eat with the pizza. Or to drink with the pizza.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Let's see if we can...
Talk to Tanya. I'll get Tanya in touch with the right person over there.
Right.
Do that.
Or maybe some of the Goad family could put a good word in for Victory Fuel.
They might have a little more leverage than me, but yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some homework before next week's show, I guess.
Yeah.
Next week on the show, we're going to have another in-studio guest.
Really?
Yeah. Should I be a surprise, or you want me to tell you now?
Who dat?
Roman Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Young.
I know we had talked about him.
Finally got a date worked out
Really?
because he's been busy. He picked up his first Sportsman when, was he 12, 13, 12? He looks older than 12.
Did he turn 13 yet? Because
I don't
he was
know.
12 when he won.
Yeah. Roman Brown, DCR Graphic Sportsman racer at Oche, picking up his first feature win a few weeks back. So
That's cool.
He's coming in from out of town to be in the studio. We'll be talking to him about that. And I'm sure we'll have more on the Hammer Down Clash and everything else that's going on in the world of racing.
So all you 12-year-old girls, make sure you tune in.
I got nothing after that.
I knew that.
I got nothing. We'll see you next week, next Thursday, 7 o'clock. And, and just FYI, there will be a celebration of life for Chris Mize at Sandusky Speedway. Not this weekend, but the following Saturday, the 21st. That'll be at 1:30 at Sandusky Speedway.
Very good.
And we'll remind everyone next week on that, too. So with that, we are out. We'll see you next week.
We gone.
We gone. Bye.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.